Hello everybody and welcome back to Fables, Feathers, and Ferns. This is Jasmine and you are at my crafting table. Today we are making yet another new craft for the first time. These are upcycled bookshelves that will be hanging from twine, and I saw these ones on Pinterest and absolutely fell in love with them. So I cannot wait to turn some of these donated old books into some amazing art for you. Let's get started. The process of making these books into shelves starts by first drilling 4 holes into each book for the twine to string through. This part is tricky. I have ruined several books trying to do this because if you go too close to the edge and don't hold it well enough, you can go at an angle and damage the cover, making it unusable. But that's okay because I will just use those books as bookmarks instead, so they will not go to waste. Here you can see I am painting the edges of all of the pages a metallic gold color. This serves 2 purposes. It covers up the library stamps that are on the books, and it also gives the book a very pretty gold leaf look to it. And since these books are not going to be opened again, it doesn't really matter if I paint them. So for the next step of this process, we use self-adhesive wallpaper squares that you can get right at the Dollar Tree. I cut the first one a tad bit smaller than I probably should have. It made it a bit difficult for it to wrap the entirety of the hardcover. So you want to make sure if you do this, you leave a little bit more of an overhang than I do here. And next step is add in some hot glue to help hold both the wallpaper on the cover and also to keep the book covers adhered to the pages enclosed. Feeding the twine through the holes can get a tad bit tricky due to the papers catching the twine fibers. So to make it a little easier, I hammer a drill bit that's a little bit smaller than the hole through on top of the twine to help push it through. I tie knots in both the bottom and the top of the twine to help hold the book closed as tightly as possible so that it can't shift while it hangs. And I reinforce both sides with some hot glue to keep it in place. Once I find a nice balancing point with all 4 twine pieces, I tie a knot and it's ready to hang. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I've really enjoyed making these hanging bookshelves out of some old library books that were donated to me. If you've liked this video as well, please make sure to like and subscribe so I know that you like this type of content and I can keep making more. I have some new prints of wallpaper coming in the mail that I'm super excited to get, so I will be making another video like this one in the future with some new wallpaper options, so make sure to keep an eye out for that video. If you want to catch my live streams while I make this stuff in real time, you can find me over at twitch.tv/lunar_peacock and catch me live streaming all kinds of art projects throughout the week in real time if you're, a little impatient and don't want to wait for the videos to come out. Thanks again for joining me, guys, and as always, make sure to touch some grass and then make some art with it.